The arrival of the first-class relic of St. John Paul II in the Diocese of Springfield had been much anticipated. Last weekend, during a special Mass at St. Cecilia Parish in Wilbraham, the relic was formally welcomed into the diocese by Bishop Mitchell Rosansky and hundreds of others. Terry Hegarty tells us now why this relic means so much to so many.
The faith of the people was on display, along with the relic of a world-renowned and beloved saint at St. Cecilia Parish in Wilbraham recently. More than 600 crowded into the church for an evening mass that allowed Bishop Rosansky to formally receive into the Diocese of Springfield a first-class relic of St. John Paul II. The relic, a piece of the cassock worn by St. John Paul that has his blood on it, was on display in a reliquary.
Each one of us were touched by his life in different ways. He was a pope that was accessible to millions because of the way that he traveled about and the way that he reached out in the media. So we have so many ways in which he showed us that he wanted to reach out to God's people. And he reaches out to us still with this relic that we have here in the diocese now. We're so graced to have it for veneration.
Bishop Rosansky blessed the congregation with the relic, which will permanently reside in the diocese.
St. John Paul II,
pray for us.
Father Daniel Seimer, a native of Poland who is now parochial vicar at St. Cecilia Parish, started the process of having the relic come to the diocese. While in Poland last summer, he asked if the diocese could obtain a relic of the pontiff in return for supporting a planned shrine to the saint in Poland. Monsignor Miroslav Kroll brought the relic to the diocese.
The saints have great impacts on the people during their times when they live, but also when they die. John Paul had a great impact on the lives of so many. His legacy is alive, and the saints live among us. So I think that he still can inspire us.
John Paul still inspires many people. In fact, Father Seimer says that John Paul's example was part of the reason he became a priest. And he's not alone.
Many young people followed him because he challenged them. He gave them directions, how to be happy in life, that the happiness comes from Jesus Christ, that peace and freedom, the true freedom, comes from God. That's why he was challenging them, teaching them, giving the guidance.
Father Seimer thoroughly enjoyed the Mass.
I felt great joy and happiness that the relic is here, and I saw how much this means to people, that the part of that great saint, a pope, is like close to them.
With the formal welcome of the St. John Paul II relic here in Wilbraham complete, the relic will now travel to parishes around the diocese, allowing people across Western Massachusetts to have their faith enriched by this saintly pontiff. Following the liturgy, the relic was venerated by hundreds.
And John Paul wasn't just for the Polish people, he was for everyone, everyone. He had a most wonderful Jewish friend for life. I mean, he didn't care what nationality or race you were. He was your friend.
Funds from the dinner will go to the construction of the International St. John Paul II Center to be built in Krakow, Poland, where John Paul served as bishop. The relic will next travel to Christ the King Parish in Ludlow and then on to parishes across the diocese. The relic is to permanently remain in Adams at Blessed John Paul II Parish. Reporting for Reel to Reel, this is Terry Hegarty.
For more information about the relic, you can log on to our news and information website at iobserve.org.